Alright guys, so we're going back to the old format for this video. Here we have the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning in the Pro trim level. And this one comes in Oxford white on medium dark slate vinyl. And this one's gonna have the 2-motor setup with the standard range battery. So that gets you about 230 miles on a charge. And really liking this a lot more than I thought I would compared to the Lariats and the Platinums. There's a front end there. We have LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. And down here we have the 18-inch aluminum wheels. There's our charge port there. Just like in the Mach-E's, you just click it in there, and it's just the one on this side. And over here we have the controls for power windows, power mirrors, power door locks. And of course, with this being an F-150, plenty of storage, big pockets, cup holders. And then that's the emergency latch to pop the frunk. But let's go ahead and open that. And it's great that even on this Pro model, you get that power mega frunk there. And there's a view of our driver's seat. Of course, you don't have any power or anything, but we have the seat back we can move, and the seat bottom we can move front and back. And of course, plenty of rear seat space, plenty of storage, so let's hop in here. And I'm 6'3", still have plenty of space here. Knees aren't touching the back of the seat. And I have tons of headspace, probably about 3-4 inches, I think. And then over here we have rear AC vents, 12 volt, a USB-C and a USB-A, and of course a 120 volt 3-prong household plug in there. And cup holders and little phone storage there. But I just love how they design all the storage here. You have a pretty good sized cup holder there, storage pockets throughout. Let's check out the rear cargo space. And of course we get LED tail lights as well as LED reverse lights. And then I believe this has the bigger 9.6 kilowatt onboard charger. So we have those 3 outlets there. And I do want to give a huge shout out to Ford of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this, even though this is one of their only mannequin unit right now. And there's our passenger seat there. And I actually really like the vinyl. It's kind of got that leather feel to it without being leather. And especially in this Pro, you're gonna like how much easier that is to clean than cloth. But let's get to my favorite part here. So this mega frunk, we have all those outlets, and what I'm wanting to do personally is run my office out of there, so I have my printer and my computer, charger, all that just plugged in there, and then I can have everything I need right there. Set up my laptop, have my printer here, and then we have storage there to actually put the charger when you're not using it or you're traveling with it. And then even here, having these little hooks here so you can hook bags on there. Just really, they thought of everything. Here's my favorite part here. That's just crazy. I love doing that. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So to the steering wheel, of course, you have that vinyl wrap steering wheel. Feels really nice, actually, easy to grip on and all of that. But we have our cruise controls we can set. We have our lane keeping system we can toggle, volume, voice recognition. And then to the right side, we have our Bluetooth here. And then we can go through our track list of radio station controls. And then this here, I like having this because we can actually toggle what's on this gauge cluster here. Because in the Mach-E's, you really don't have a lot of room to mess with stuff. And I like that they gave you buttons up here so that you can change your views. Really nice. And then over here to the radio, pretty similar to the Mach-E's, and well, actually really similar to the F-150s, the newer ones, when they have this the Sync 4A. We can connect our phones. For audio, we get AM, FM, and then Bluetooth. And there's our navigation screen. We have different apps we can use, and of course we can set up our Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And then our settings for our actual radio, nav, all of that stuff. And then for the truck itself, all the cool stuff, we can toggle between our drive modes, turn the one pedal drive on. And then this one even has the onboard scale equipped. So let me show you. So that'll actually, depending on if you have weight or whatever, it'll show you how much you have until you hit that payload capacity of about 2,000 pounds there. And of course we have a smart hitch. This one has the Pro trailing equipment, so we get all of that. And I really like the Pro Power onboard setup because we can actually see how much we're drawing from the truck. And even based on our different outlets, just really cool. You can really fool with this if you want to. And there's our backup camera there, and then the guidelines turn as you turn the steering wheel. Then we have that 360 view there. And then over here, of course, Pro Trailer, we can turn that on and off. Trailer brake controller. And down here we have our dual zone climate controls. So we can set our auto here, and then we can toggle temperatures for either side. And then they just have outlets everywhere. Another 12 volt and another 120 volt 3-prong. So you can hook up your whole house in here if you wanted to. And then a USB-C, USB-A input there. Cup holders, little storage. Now let's check out this shifter here. So to put it in reverse, pull up, neutral, drive, and then you can just put it back. But watch this. Hit this button here. It folds down. And then to put the shifter back up, just hit that button right there. So really neat, I love doing that. Now over here, we have our center console cubby space, which of course is huge. And then you have a USB, USB-A input down there. Removable tray, put your change in here. And I mean, you really get the capability of an F-150 in this F-150 Lightning. And while I'm up here, let me show you all the window sticker. So we have a few big options here. The tow technology package and the Pro Power on board is what drove this up from around a 42 sticker truck to a 46 sticker truck. But there we have our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob. And next we're gonna go ahead and take this F-150 Pro Lightning out on the road for a quick test drive. So behind the wheel of the F-150 Lightning Pro, really impressed by just the overall ride quality. After driving tons of F-150s that were gas powered, it's crazy how this just feels so different, but it's built so similar to the gas powered F-150s. And just really good ride quality here. Actually rides a little bit smoother in my opinion than my Mustang Mach-E, and I have that California Route 1, but this just rides really well. And of course, in terms of overall noise within the cabin, you don't have a lot because you don't have that normal powertrain. You just have that 1-speed automatic and then the 2 electric motors. And I can just barely hear the AC vents. Other than that, just the road noise and the cars passing me by. Very little sound coming from the truck. Now this lane keeping system is okay. I would definitely, that might be a reason I would go with maybe an XLT or a Lariat equipped with a co-pilot, because having the lane centering really is a game changer, especially driving something like this. So the lane keeping system is more of a lane departure, at least for my initial test of it. We'll see how it does on the interstate. But of course, this being a work truck and having the smaller battery, a lot of people with this probably won't be using that much, using the lane departure that much anyways, especially if it's just going to be driving around town. But I really like the one pedal drive feel. Similar to the Mach-E, but it still feels just like it should in this truck. It doesn't take any more letting off your gas pedal than you would have to just in the Mach-E. We'll give it some throttle here. Just a little bit. Still extremely peppy. And so far, it doesn't look like my range has really suffered as much as I thought it would. I think I started the drive with around 138. So I've driven about 5 miles and it's at 133, so pretty accurate in terms of reading me how much range I have left. And what's crazy is even on the interstate, it's not loud at all. Even the wind noise is taken back quite a bit. I'm really impressed overall with the sound acoustics in the cabin. And with this truck being so heavy and all of the weight, of course from the battery pack, being the center of gravity and all that, it handles very well compared to probably any other pickup truck that's been made. And the ride is just a tad bouncy, but with this being a pickup truck, it's really perfect for what it is. And of course, the Mach-E's are going to be a lot lower to the ground, and just how those cars are made, the ride's a lot stiffer than this is. So if ride comfort is going to be a big thing when you're deciding if you want an electric truck or an electric car, I would definitely recommend going with a pickup truck. And I wanted to do this extended drive because I really want you all to kind of get a feel for how this handles in stop and go traffic on maybe a 45, 55 mile per hour highway, and then on a 70 mile an hour highway. And in terms of just how it rides and overall sound in here, there's very little difference, which is great. And really, the Pro is a really good option over the XLT and the Lariat for me, just because it's so much more affordable and you're really not losing much. Like I said, my biggest thing, the only thing this truck is missing for me would be that Copilot 360 package, and then I'd be good to go with the Pro. Because heated and cooled seats, all that is nice, but it's really not a necessity if you're getting this to work out of anyway. And having that instant torque is just incredible. No matter where you are on the power band, no matter how fast you're going, you put your foot in this thing and it's ready to give you more. And that's my favorite thing about EVs. And especially the F-150 Lightning, the Rivians, the Hummers, what's crazy about them is that they're doing race car numbers as pickup trucks. And that just makes them all the more fun, but also all the more capable for your everyday work needs. And we're just gonna give it one good pull here. Oh my gosh. It's crazy fast. I didn't realize how much more this had to give until I put my foot into it. That is incredible. And if you're towing something or hauling something, you might not be using that acceleration, but when you just have an empty truck like this, you're gonna love that feeling, because nothing else, even your 6.2 supercharged trucks and all that stuff, there's nothing like that instant torque and the exhilaration you feel when you're thrown back in the seat like that. Just phenomenal. With all that being said, this is going to bring me to the end of my review of the 2022 Ford F-150 Pro Lightning.